Okay, evolution, life goes on, life's growth. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your sharing. I think in this video, there were three very important elements which were involved for the seed to truly express themselves. If you have noticed, the seed is nurtured by the richness of its soil, sips the nourishment of water, and absorbs the energy from the sun. It goes through its own pain and struggles, and in a grand expression of life, it blossoms fully to become a tree with its own purpose, offering us plenty of fruits or flowers. Similarly, we human as a soul, we also have an ultimate purpose. And what is that? To be the true expression of ourselves. And we also need three things: the culture to be nurtured, the knowledge to be nourished, and the autonomy for energy to be the best version of ourselves. So, what do you think if every human has similar ultimate purpose of being true expression of themselves? Then what is the role of leadership? Can somebody tell me what is the role of leadership if we all wants to be true expression of ourselves? Do you want to share something on the chat box? I'm looking at it. All right. The highest purpose of every leader is to build that culture, to ensure that required knowledge, to empower with autonomy, so that people can truly express themselves. That is the ultimate purpose of leader. The most fulfilled people in the world are those who are able to devote their time and energy in making the people around them better. Right? Good evening, everyone. My name is Devesh Soni, a professional speaker, certified coach, and an author. I am a Lean Six Sigma black belt and a certified trainer. In my last 13 years of work experience in quality and sustainability roles, I have implemented multiple projects with the factories. One thing which I always felt missing was the leadership role, where it was mostly self-centric. So I was thinking what I can do, because I had very limited experience of being a manager or a leader. So I took the charge, and then I was given an opportunity to be a trainer. So I'm now into training and capability area, and now I ensure the purpose of leadership. I have helped more than 100 people to craft their purpose statement. Today, by the end of this speech, you will be able to know how can you be a purposeful speaker? Why do we need purposeful leader in this era more than ever? And you can also craft your purpose statement by the end of this speech. Now, let me take you through 1980s, almost 32 years ago, when I was kid, about 7 years of age. At that time, apartment was not very widely known concept. We used to live in a house where we had a terrace, and electricity was a very rare phenomenon. So every night we used to go to terrace to sleep. But when we used to lie down, we used to see thousands of stars in the sky. And this was not one day phenomena, but every day we used to see that. All the Gen X and the millennials can connect to this black and white TV. This was also not common in all the houses, but whoever had this black and white TV, the society used to sit together and they used to watch, because everybody did not have this black and white TV. Those were a different time where we had those rare channel called Doordarshan with some rare programs which we used to see. Few examples: Rangoli, Chitrahar, Chandrakanta, and many more. Hand pump. Again, this is something which is completely extinct today, but this was something was we used to think that this is a unlimited source of water. We used to drink water directly from it. It was a multi-purpose. We used to cook food. We used to take bath from this hand pump water. But today it is not there. Every kid from the entire society we used to collect together, and every day we used to play something. My memory was with cricket, because every day we used to play cricket for hours. This is very important. This kid is wandering. We used to get bored sometime because we had a lot of time, and that was so very good for our mental health. Car was premium thing. We could not afford it. Very rare people they used to have this car. This was a luxury at that moment of time. Fast forward 2024. Now my son is 7 years old, and everything around is changed. We had much better standard in terms of city, our house, and we have 24 into 7 electricity. We all have smartphones. We all have iPads. Everybody has their own personal. And but we can't see the stars anymore. In fact, we can't see the blue sky. In fact, I was dropping my wife to the metro, and we were talking the same thing that we could see gray sky. There is no blue sky anymore in Delhi. We don't get bored anymore because we have so much of content that sometimes we just scroll for hours and we don't even finalize at what we have to watch. The hand pump is gone. Now we are completely, because we don't have clean water, we are completely dependent on something called RO. And every house has this thing. This is something which is very common. Car is no more a luxury thing for people. Every house has one car, and there are people who have more than one car as well. But even if we have those bigger cars, we struggle to go out because of the traffic and chaos which is at the road. At least in the metro city, we experience this thing. We have access to, unlike the mother food or the home based food which we used to have before, we have now access to multiple restaurants called Swiggy, from the app called Swiggy and Zomato. But our immunity does not allow us to eat everything. My son, he's 7 years old, but he cannot have ice cream anymore because doctor suggested that if he has that, he starts having breathing problem. It becomes very evident that while advancement in the technology and the material wealth have created unprecedented comfort and the convenience to everyone, but they have also brought some new challenges and the complexities. Why did I share this story with you? Because in this 32 years of my life, lot has changed. We, the human, have advanced, but disturbed the entire balance of the earth. We have just thought about ourselves, maybe our friends or family or the society. Max to max, we think about humans, and we have ignored other factors which are so very important for us. And there are many other species which we have completely ignored. Let me share some of the shocking data with you. And these are only few of them, but these are really shocking. Around 1 million species are at risk of extinction, many within decades. Global population of mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians, they have declined by average of 68% since 1970. I have seen multiple videos where fishes, they don't want to live in the sea anymore. They are out of that. Maybe they are more comfortable outside water. Water crisis is the fourth highest risk by the impact over next 10 years. Outdoor air pollution contributes to 4.2 million premature deaths globally each year. And these are not something which we are going to see in the future. This is something which we are seeing right now. Bangalore, we have seen those crises, the water crisis few days back. Air pollution in Delhi, to be very frank, I have been coughing since last 2 months. And yesterday I was with doctor. Doctor was suggesting me to do some spirometry or CT scan just to see what has happened because I'm not recovering. So this is the problem which we are facing right now. Whatever situation we are in today, we don't have water, air, nutritious food to eat, is because we did not understand those responsibilities while we were growing up. But it is the time where we all should take that responsibility, which start from us, but maybe not limited to us. We have to think beyond ourselves. We need to be purposeful, which has become our responsibility, so that our community and environment can be better for the next generations to come. So we have to take the responsibility to understand ourselves. And this is the first step. If we understand ourselves, we will let other understand themselves, and we will let them be the true expression of themselves. We understand our passion and use that passion to contribute towards others or the community or the environment, and let this earth be a better place to live. The world needs you more than ever. In a in a few bit, I'm going to tell you the framework of the purpose statement. But before that, I just wanted to talk about some of the misconceptions which we have about purpose. You cannot have more than one purpose. You can have more than one purpose. You don't have one role to play. Since morning till the night, we all play a multiple role. We have a role in the family, we have a role in the organization, we have role in the society. So we have multiple role. Why cannot we have multiple purpose? Every role has their own purpose. So you can have more than one purpose. Purpose is the thing you find. You don't find your purpose. You have to create that. You have to craft that. And then you have to connect with that. If you think about finding your purpose, maybe you will become old. And when you find that, you will not be able to do anything. So it is very important to understand what the purpose is, and then you start working on that. Your purpose remains stable throughout the life. This is again a misconception. It is not stable throughout the life. As you evolve in your life, your purpose may change. It also evolves. It may change or it may evolve. But it is not that it has to be stable throughout the life. Now let me talk to you about the purpose statement. If you have anything to write, if you can use your phone or maybe your laptop, or maybe if you have notebook around or pen, please use that, because you have to write something which is very, very important for you. Remember, this purpose statement is something I call it as workable purpose statement. You may start with this, and your purpose journey start right now. Start working on that, and you will find your purpose. You will get that purpose someday. There are three very basic elements in the purpose statement. Number one is the role. So very simple definition of role. I think now you can start writing about what is your role. Very simple definition of role is, who are you? What role do you play in your daily life? It can be one, it can be more than one, it can be multiple. So it can be as specific as being a parent, being a leader, being a manager, being a teacher. Or you can also choose some of the word which is mentioned here, which can resonate with all those different roles which you are playing. So for me, I chose the word source, because source connects to all the roles which I play in my life. So you can have multiple roles also, or you can choose one of the role from here, and you can write that. Okay, I will ask you to post that purpose statement at the end. So I will request you if you can write those wherever it is possible. The next very important element is contribution. Now, this is very, very important, because as a human, we all are made to think beyond ourselves. And if you want your life to be fulfilled, or you want to have some sense of meaning, it is important to think about the contribution. More and more you contribute, more and more meaning you get in your life, you get more fulfilled. So in every role, what kind of contribution do you want to make? Maybe as a parent, you have a different contribution to make. As a leader, you have a different contribution to make. Or you can choose a word from this list. And these are the exhaustive list. You can choose some other word also. But choose a word which resonates with all the role which you're playing in your life. And third, and the very important one, which we normally we ignore, is the impact. Now, when we have defined our role and the contribution, we have to also think about what kind of impact we are creating. Because many of times we don't understand about the impact, and then your purpose does not give you, even if you contribute so many things, maybe it does not give that motivation to you, and because of that, you don't follow your purpose. So it is important that when you write that, you have to also choose that impact, and more your impact will be bigger, the more energy you will get back from that. So it is important that you choose any of the impact. It can be as bigger as the sustainable development goals, the 17 problems which we have, or it can be all smaller as playing some role in the society and creating some impact there. But as I told you, If it will be bigger, it will give you more energy to you. And this is the framework. Now, you have to write I am. Why I am? Because when you write I am, it gives you ownership. When you write I am source, I am energy, it gives you a lot of energy because you take the ownership of that. Then you can write two and then fill in the blank. You may write a word or maybe explain it. I will just share some of the examples which will help you to create and craft those. Two, contribution, and that, the impact. Okay. I will share the examples now and I will explain that. And I will hope that you will write your own purpose statement and you will share in the chat box. The first example is, because we have a speaker community here, I am a speaker to encourage empathy in my audience so that they can contribute towards a little more inclusive world. So speaker is the role which you play. Encourage empathy in my audience is something which you contribute. Okay, so it can be a word called encourage, or maybe you can expand that a little bit, encourage empathy in my audience, so that they can contribute towards a little more inclusive world. Now we are talking about inclusive world. Maybe we are playing a very small role. We are just talking to 100 people and they are being inclusive. But even that is the contribution. And if you connect that small contribution to the bigger impact which you're creating, it will make much more sense and your role will become much more meaningful. The second one, I am the source to inspire the younger generation for healthy food so that they can create a healthy world. Now, again, the source is the role, inspire the younger generation is the contribution, and creating a healthy world is the impact. Again, I have used world because it looks much bigger and it gives me much more satisfaction that I am contributing towards a healthy world, not a small family or not a small community or society, but towards the world. But we have to know that what is the impact which you are creating. I am the energy to facilitate people with economical and hygienic food so that we can have a healthy society. Energy is the role, facilitate poor people is the contribution, and healthy society is the impact. And then I am the connection to align. This is my own personal one, where one of the thing which I want to do is I am the connection to align. Align is the contribution, individual purpose with organizational purpose to create an effective and engaged world. So there is the problem of engagement in the organizational world where only 20% or 25% people are engaged. So we are solving a problem and creating an impact there. So these are the examples. I will give you 2 minutes to write your own purpose statement. And I will really appreciate if you can post those purpose statement in the chat box, because I also want to contribute towards that bigger impact which we are creating. Your time starts now.
I think if you share the previous slide, it'll be helpful, easier for them to, yeah.
Sure. Don't forget to write I am, because I am gives much more. It is very powerful because you take the ownership of that. Anyone wants to share? We just have 1 more minute. Wow, I am responsible to empower and educate people to create a better informed and educated society. Very nice. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sujit. I think this is something, whatever you're writing right now, it may not be your final version of that. So it is very, very important to spend some time with it. And you try to use the word. The words are very, very important to choose, because everybody will have a different choices of word, which gives you energy. Because for me, source is something which gives me energy. Somebody else would be like authentic self can give you more energy. So it is important that you choose your own word. The idea is that you have to make relationship with it. I'll just go ahead, and if anybody has written, you can just post that in the chat box. Yes, I am a leader who wants to inspire the youth and create leaders. Amazing. I'm as an authentic self to adopt and offer that well-being. Thank you, Dhania. Thank you, Sonali. Thank you everyone for that, for participating. Let me go ahead. So as once you define your role, contribution, and impact, as I told you that somebody has to mute.
I
Can you
think
please?
someone needs to mute. Yeah.
Can I go ahead? Yeah, thank you. So once you define your role, your contribution and impact, try to spend some time to choose those words which really makes sense to you, which really gives you some energy. It gives back to you some of the energy. Uh, have a relationship with that statement. Put it on the desktop and maybe on the wall, so that it keeps it gives you some energy till the time you start waking up in the morning, just because of that particular statement. When you see that, it really gives you some kind of push to do something for others, to contribute something for others. And that is so very important. Now I want to connect that to the video which I have shown in the starting, where we all have, as the tree grows, and they are the true expression of themselves after all those pain and struggles which they have seen in the life. Even for the humans, it is very important to truly express themselves. So as a leader, to let other express themselves, it is important that first you express yourself as much as you can. And the first starting place would be defining your purpose statement. This is not the ultimate thing. This is the first thing to do. And it's very important for everyone to understand that why you stand what you stand for. So this is not the ultimate thing. We are in a very, very different world today, where we are connected but still disconnected. We have advanced, but we still lack basic resources like water, air. We are educated, but we do not have work. We have advanced medical system, but still we collapse, like what happened in the COVID. The crisis is serious, and we urgently need some some different thing which has to happen. And for that, each and every individual has to participate and be the true version of themselves. And it can only happen if you know what role you're playing, what contribution you're making, and what is the impact which is happening to the entire world. And we all together can create a better and sustainable life. Thank you very much. Yeah. Sorry, I can't see the chat. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay, evolution. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your sharing. I think in this video, there were three very important elements which were involved for the seed to truly